Good afternoon, viewers. It is another day, a very good day. It's on a Friday, the 26th of March 2021, and it is the Farm Drive with Conrad Kube. But Conrad Kube is not in today, so I'll be standing in him for today. And my good name is Lilian Mora. I hope your day is well. My day has been good since morning and it has been a bright day, quite a sunny day. The weather has been good, everything has been running on smoothly, and we thank God for life. Of essence is life. We thank God for life. So, today I am in the studio and I have a guest who I would like to introduce himself and tell us what he does, and we will get into the discussion for today. Welcome, welcome so much, Tony.
My name is Tony.
Mhm.
Tony meaning.
Tony meaning.
Yeah, but the pronunciation is different. It's mining, not actually meaning. The meaning.
So it
Yeah,
is Mining.
exactly.
Ah, what do you do, Tony?
Uh, yes, I'm a student at Cooperative University, Nairobi.
What are you studying?
I'm studying diploma in agribusiness management.
Okay, it's good to have you here, Tony.
Thank you.
How has your day been?
My day has been wonderful.
Your week?
My week has been very educative. I learned a lot this week.
It's Friday, and Fridays, I find Friday to be, how do I say it? The climax of the
Yeah,
week. So, like, you've done everything from Monday to Friday, you're closing up the week.
Yeah,
So, your week has been good,
has been wonderful.
educative.
Very.
What have you been up to?
Um, I've been learning things, personal things, to be honest.
And they have been very successful.
Very successful.
I hope everyone's week has been as successful as ours have been. Here at A Farmers, we've been doing shows for you during the whole week, and today it is on a Friday. This is the last show of the day till next week. So, and I know everyone who's working the corporate world from Monday to Friday, we've been to work, and everyone loves Friday.
Everyone loves Friday.
Everyone loves Friday. It's a Friday. Ni sherehe, ni party day. And the weekend is approaching. The weekend comes. People meet with their families. People hang out with friends. People get to do their personal stuff because they're not going to work, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today it's a Friday. It is a Friday. I love Fridays. Personally, Fridays are the best days of my week.
Everybody loves Fridays. I can't name anybody who doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today I want to do a brief thing. We've been having COVID around.
Yeah.
We've been having COVID around, and this is the third wave.
What?
What do you have to say about the third wave? What have you seen? How different has it been compared to the second and the first wave that we had?
This is the third wave of the coronavirus.
And
This is the exact same period people are. The vaccines of the coronavirus are being made available to the public. So this wave might be a little bit different. Not people are not really scared of this third wave like they were scared of the first wave and the second wave because they have some sort of hope that there will be a change that will end, but no one really knows anything.
if I am to take us back to last year, I think around this time we were about to have the lockdown period.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first month was almost coming to an end of us having COVID in Kenya, and we were almost having the lockdown. So it's been 1 year of COVID 19 in Kenya,
Yes.
a good 1 year.
Yes.
And from what you've said, there is hope that we might find treatment for it. But then again, I'm finding a lot of relaxation among the members.
Yes.
So right now, I am walking to a matatu, and you find several people not wearing their masks.
It has been something normal for the past months. People are not wearing masks, people are not social distancing, they're living life in a normal way because no one really knows why. But
So people got comfortable.
people got really comfortable.
People got comfortable, but we are trying to create an awareness here. This is the third wave. It is deadly. It is killing people. The rates at which it's spreading right now, it is higher than the first and second wave. And we want everyone to take precautionary measures to make sure that you are not exposing yourself to COVID 19, you're not exposing your family members, you're not exposing your neighbor, even your parents. I know people have a tendency, it's the weekend, especially people who stay around Nairobi. The weekend they travel to go home to see their parents. And you don't know the risk you're putting your parents at, especially if they are older. If they are older, there's a higher risk of them contracting COVID and maybe not healing. Here's the thing. Let's take our precautionary measures. The precautionary measures that we have around. Put on your mask wherever you are going, in whatever you're doing. Whether you're going to the shop outside your gate, you are getting into a matatu, you are at work, you are with your colleagues, you are in church. Everywhere you are, make sure you put on your mask, sanitize, sanitize, wash your hands, wash your hands. And most important of all, keep social distance. Keep social distance. I feel like people have relaxed too much. Like there's no distance that you are keeping because this is my colleague, this is Tony, and I know Tony, so I think Tony doesn't have COVID.
Think.
I think
Yes.
Tony doesn't have COVID. So when I'm around Tony, I don't put on my mask. When I'm around Tony, there's no social distance. Exactly. As you can see, even in the studio, we have social distance.
Yeah.
Stay at your place, I stay at my place. Do your thing, I do my thing.
Precisely.
Let's not get too close. Let's not expose our loved ones to COVID-19. We don't want to continue having this debate of the spreading rates are going high and we are having more people dying from COVID and the recovery rates aren't as good as they're supposed to be doing. We don't want the the numbers to keep going high. Let us reduce the numbers. Keep social distance, wear your mask, sanitize. And one thing that I have to address, I know it's Friday. It is Friday. Wakenya wanasema ni siku ya kupiga sherehe.
Siku ya kupiga sherehe.
Sherehe. Kaende hadi mwisho, si ndio?
Kabisa.
Ni Friday. It is Friday. Especially I know people around the age I am in, especially I am addressing people 18 to 40 years. Hawa ndio watu wanapiga sherehe, watu wa Subaru na road trips.
Hawa ndio wanachafua meza.
Ala, bas. So we are trying to address these people and I am addressing you personally. If you have nothing important to get you out of the house, kama ni sherehe unataka kupiga, tafadhali, please, we are begging, we are asking you. Can you just do it indoors? Can you get your drink and go to your house?
Yes.
I think it is possible.
It's possible.
It doesn't change a thing. You'll still have your drink, you'll have fun, and it's okay, and you're keeping safe, and you don't expose yourself to COVID-19, right?
It is not over until it is over.
It is not over until it is over.
Yes.
And people should be reminded that the vaccine actually doesn't mean that you can't get COVID-19.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that.
Doesn't.
So let's not have this mentality of there's the vaccine, sorry, no, I can't put on my mask, I won't sanitize, and I won't keep social distance. The vaccine is boosting your immunity, yes, but it doesn't actually make you immune to a point where you can't get COVID-19. You can still contract COVID-19. So the vaccine is here to help us, but on our hand, what are we doing? What are we doing as a personal initiative?
We should take that into our own responsibility.
Good. Tony has said,
Yes.
Take your own personal responsibility. Take care of yourself. So social distance, tafadhali. If you have nothing getting you out of the house, I know it's the weekend, stay at home. You do have nothing necessary taking you up country to your parents. It's okay. Just make a call, send them some money. It is good. It will go a long way. Protect their health, keep them healthy, keep your family healthy, keep your friends healthy, and everyone. Yesterday, I was telling people, everyone, just whenever I am walking anywhere, I assume you have COVID-19.
Yeah, that's the best approach to use.
I assume you have COVID-19. So most probably, I keep my social distance because I don't know if you have it or you don't. So the general assumption is you might be infected.
Everybody has it. That's the assumption that should have it.
Okay, so we are going to have a good show. This is the Farm Drive on A Farmers Live on Facebook. On YouTube, we are A Farmers Media, A Farmers with a Z. It is a Z, A Farmers. AFARMERZ Media. And it is a very new channel. The Facebook page is quite well. The YouTube page, we need more subscribers. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers, and we'll be glad to educate you, inform you, and teach you, give you more information about agriculture, improve your agriculture, attain your profits. At the end of it all, we all win.
We all want to win.
We all win.
Yes.
And the crisis that we are trying to solve here as a farmers, We want to attain to help farmers contribute to attaining food security in the world.
Yeah.
And if you have seen, we've always had cases, especially in Africa, of hunger and starvation. And you know the funny thing, Tony, we
Yes.
have a lot of land
There's a lot of land.
in Africa. Are people maximizing it?
The land that we have, we're not maximizing it.
We
That's
don't
one thing I've
maximize our
observed.
land.
Yeah.
And for those who are using their land, they are not using it properly.
Yes.
They are not using it properly. Just the other day, I think it was on Monday, and we were talking with Noah for the mid morning in the mid morning show, and we were trying to address some issues, and we realized a lot of farmers actually don't make use of other professionals who can actually help them achieve maximum productivity.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah, like they're not making
They're
use
not.
of the agronomists, the soil scientists that we have around, and you see our productivity still remains low, and we have a crisis that we need to solve, which needs high productivity.
Yeah.
And we need to maximize on every resource that we have. Either it's land, it is water, it is capital. We need to maximize on everything.
Yeah, maximization is very important, especially in this era.
Okay, so I find agriculture is an interesting topic, and you have done agribusiness management.
Yes, I have.
Agribusiness management, you see, most of the farmers right now are shifting into agribusiness. We are not doing agriculture anymore as a subsistence thing.
Yeah.
We are going into agribusiness,
Yes, there's a reason we're going into
which
agribusiness.
is
We need to utilize every opportunity we get to advance ourselves in this particular topic because we learn a lot in the process.
and farming is a career.
Yes, it's a career.
For so long, farming was not considered a career.
It was just something that people do to make money, but it was not really taken seriously as a.
Actually, most of the farmers, actually, especially the subsistence farmers, they don't even do it to make money. They grow
Wow.
their crops for their own use. Like I grow my
That's
maize, store it, I know it will serve me till the next season.
yeah. People do
So
that.
there's no need for me to use fertilizers. I don't need to do soil test. As long as I have enough food for me, I'm good.
Yeah, they just want to be comfortable. Being comfortable is not
Being comfortable is
the,
not so good. It is
the
not so good.
yeah.
Agribusiness entails a lot of things. I know it entails marketing and everything, and you work with farmers.
Yeah.
So along the week, on Wednesday, we were doing the market watch, and we were hosting the show with Noah Kadima, and we had a guest in the studio, John Wanzia. And we were addressing a certain issue that we found somewhere in our page, Africa Farmers Club. So the issue, I want us to look at the issue, and I can give you a highlight of what we discussed, and maybe we will get deeper into the topic because we are trying to find marketing alternatives for agricultural produce. I believe most farmers cannot market their produce. We've had cases of farmers making losses because they didn't sell their product in time,
Yeah.
and their product wasn't fresh enough, and the product was rotten, and
Went
they
to
made
waste.
losses in the process.
Yeah.
It went into waste. So there's an issue we had during the week, and I am going to read it, and I can tell you a few things of what I can highlight a few things of what people were saying in the issue. So we have a member in Africa Farmers Club, Wakagoyo Wakiburi. I hope I got the name right. Wakagoyo Wakiburi. Today is 26th. On 23rd of March, posted, I think it's a she or a he, I'm not sure, but posted, I am a very sad person today. What will farmers ever do because of brokers? I buy a cabbage at 70 shillings in Nairobi. Cabbage brokers came to my farm and told me they will buy a cabbage at 6 shillings. Shilingi sita. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One cabbage. I have said I would rather cut all them up. They will be manure for my farm. I think farmers need to put their foot down. This is a farmer in distress. This is a farmer in distress. This is a farmer with produce.
Yeah, and I believe there are more people who are suffering from the same problem.
There are.
Yeah.
So this is a farmer with produce. You have produced your cabbage
Yes.
from the start. Maybe you did your soil test, you bought inputs,
Yeah.
you paid for labor.
Uh-huh.
A lot of production cost went into place for me to produce my cabbages.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, my harvest is ready. My harvest is ready. I have no market.
No market.
No market. I have no market.
Yeah.
And we have things in Kenya we call brokers or so called middlemen.
The middlemen.
The
They
middlemen.
call it middlemen.
Yeah. So a broker comes to my shamba, and because I have no market, a broker tells me, I am going to buy your cabbage at 6 shillings per head. Like, seriously, 6 shillings.
6 shillings.
6 shillings for me is a mandazi.
Ni mandazi moja.
Moja. Simbili, moja. Myself, I can't be full with one mandazi.
Yeah.
So it's not even efficient for me.
Exactly.
So 6 shillings, this farmer is supposed to be selling the cabbage at 6 shillings. And I am trying to look at the input cost, the production cost that the farmer used. You find like per head, per cabbage, it is around 10 shillings of production cost. And when I am selling the same head at 6 bob, when my input cost was 10 shillings, this is a loss. 4 shillings loss.
That's a loss.
Of 4 shillings. In 5 cabbages, I have lost 20 shillings.
There.
20 shillings I can use to produce 2 more cabbages. So I am having a complete loss here going on.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of farmers talking about the issue, and everyone was complaining the issue of brokers, middlemen, they are distracting our sales, our market. And I was asking myself in my head, as a farmer, I am doing agribusiness. You have done agribusiness management.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'd like you to highlight for me, if I am getting into farming, what should be? I don't know if should I put it in my considerations or what should be my plan.
You need to have a plan before you start even doing anything. Let's say you're doing farming, you need to have planned everything, including the marketing, how you will market your produce.
So the planning for marketing is done before you start.
Yeah.
And if it's done before, how am I supposed to identify a market?
You just need to look at your options. Which options do you have? Is it brokers? Is it local markets? You need to look at that and also find. You just need to dig deep.
Personally, I believe farmers should do a market survey before.
Yeah.
Before. Identify a market. If I know my local markets, they actually need cabbage. The market days are usually on Sunday or on Monday. I can maximize on that. Ask around your neighbors, people in the estates. We have people who consume what you're actually producing.
Yeah.
That is market for you. You don't have to go the whole way into going into brokers. And when I was looking at the discussion, most people were discussing and they were like, we need to get rid of brokers. We need to get rid of middlemen.
It's for your own benefit.
And actually, one farmer said the way middlemen act as cartels. So if I go to a market, especially, let's use an example, we are in Nairobi. I come to Marikiti market with my produce. I won't be able to sell my market. This is their established grounds. Like you are told in the market, for you to sell your produce, actually sell it first to the brokers, then the brokers can sell it to us. That is what they know. This is a cartel working. And we don't want to get to a point where we are going to tackle them in the market when we are already in the market. We need a way to get rid of them such that we don't meet them in the market and we are trying to compete with them to get consumers and customers.
Yeah.
So we need to get rid of them. And we had an interesting person who we called on Wednesday, going by the name Cintoya.
Huh?
Cintoya. So Cintoya is a farmer in Machakos.
Yeah.
Cintoya says she sells produce.
Yeah.
She has a farm. She sells produce. So she produces her own produce. She takes it to the farm. And she says she's in Machakos. Most of her produce, she sells it in Machakos and Makueni County.
In her own region.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her own region. So she's making very good use of her own region. And she actually had a problem. She was saying she doesn't have enough produce for the market. She has the market, but she doesn't have enough produce.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we have another person with produce,
Produce and
no
market.
markets.
Yeah.
There is a gap somewhere in between that needs to be solved.
Exactly.
And the gap can only be solved by either the farmers. Actually, I feel like it has to start with the
It
farmers.
needs to start with
The
the
farmers.
farmers.
Wow. So in the first discussion, I realized for any farmer doing their farming activities, your first market should be your local market.
It needs to be the local markets before you even go in anywhere else further.
Before we go anywhere further, we have to identify with our local markets, maximize on our local markets.
Yes, and that's the key word, maximization.
Maximize on our local markets.
Yeah.
So when I am done, like it's a big region. You see, like Ukambani is a big region. We have Machakos, we have Makueni, we have Kitui. It is a very big region. If I am to maximize on Ukambani, trust me, we have different marketing days. I can be in a market in Machakos on Monday, another market on Tuesday, another market on Wednesday, another market on Thursday, another market on Friday. At the end of it all, each and every single day, I get to sell my produce.
Yeah. That's the main goal that mostly everyone is looking towards achieving, which is reaching.
But
Yeah.
I have a problem. Most of the farmers, you see, if I am to be taking my produce to all these regions, I need transport.
Yeah, transport costs.
I need the logistics. Most farmers can't afford them.
Yeah.
What is the way out? What can they do? Because me as a single farmer, and I need to hire maybe a truck or a lorry because I have a lot of produce. I can't afford it.
There are those who can afford and those who cannot afford.
I am talking about a person who can't afford it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the farmers we have are small scale farmers.
Small scale farmers.
Small scale farmers have very limited access to capital.
Yeah.
So they might find the traveling logistics to be quite an issue for them. And they need to solve it. How do they solve it?
By utilizing what they have.
What they have.
Yeah.
There's a thing of pulling resources together. You are a farmer, I am a farmer. We are both in the agriculture industry, yes?
Yes.
We are in the agriculture industry. I am a farmer, you are a farmer. And maybe we are selling the same produce.
Yeah.
We have cabbages, you have cabbages. It's harvesting time, we have our cabbages. If we came together and split on finding the traveling logistics, it would be easier.
Very easier. Much easier than. Yeah.
And this brings me to our discussion for the day. We've had a case because we're trying to tackle the marketing issues that farmers have out here, especially in Kenya, and they have very, very, very minimal chances of them accessing markets as individuals. And there came an issue whereby I was looking at the comments and someone actually talked about something of uniting as farmers, coming together as farmers. And this brings me to a topic of agricultural cooperatives. Agricultural cooperatives. Agricultural cooperatives is something that should be working for farmers.
They should use that tool.
It is something that farmers should be having access to. It should be something that farmers are using to explore everything that they need to explore from. Yeah. And there is, I don't know. I was asking myself, how many farmers do I know? Or how many farmers do you know?
Do I know?
That are in agricultural cooperatives? Or rather, let me ask.
Yeah.
How many agricultural cooperatives do you know?
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
Especially agricultural cooperatives dealing, especially with things like grains, maize, millet, sorghum, vegetable produce. How many of them do you know?
I don't know one.
You don't know one?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel this is the challenge that the farmers have right now. Most
challenge.
Farmers aren't even aware of existence of agricultural cooperatives. It is one thing I have seen, especially in the dairy sector, there are a lot of cooperatives.
Yeah.
Like you walk, especially towards the Kiambu region, Nyeri, like you're walking on the road and you're seeing Gedongori cooperative. I don't know what cooperative, and they all are in the dairy sector.
Yeah, most of them are in the dairy sector.
What is happening? What is happening in all these other agricultural sectors?
Yeah,
Why are
there's a
people working
problem.
as individuals?
Yeah,
Why don't they have cooperatives? For so long, farmers actually, dairy farmers,
yeah.
they have very minimal problems.
They don't have it.
You
Yeah,
rarely find them complaining about, oh, prices, oh, brokers.
it's
It
the
is something that is unheard of.
it's unheard
And
of.
when it is
Really.
heard of,
Mm-hmm.
it is in very, very rare cases.
Very rare.
I have also seen it in the coffee industry, the
Mm-hmm.
tea industry, and you
Coffee.
see
Yeah.
these are areas that are doing so well in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
They are sectors in agriculture that are doing so well in Kenya. Yet we have all these other sectors that are lagging behind. And I feel like cooperatives is actually the win for them.
Yeah. Why don't they utilize the use of cooperatives?
Okay, so my guests here in studio today, Tony Mining. Tony Mining. Such an interesting name, so to say, it is an interesting. Okay,
Thank you.
personally, I haven't heard of the name Mining.
Uh-huh.
No, 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 no. Actually, I looked at it and I'm like, Mining. Mining, meaning.
What does it
Anyways,
mean?
what does it mean?
There are those who know and those who do not know.
Please tell us, what does it mean?
That is your homework.
Wow. Wow. Meaning says
Yes.
that's our homework to find the meaning of his name.
Yeah.
Um, Cooperatives have been around for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You are in agribusiness.
Yes.
We want to educate our farmers. Our main aim here is to educate you, to inform you. Right now, we have informed you. There are something called agricultural cooperatives that should be working for farmers, that should be handling farmers' issues, such as the issue we are talking about, marketing.
Yeah.
And I want Tony to tell us what a cooperative is, what it does, maybe. And yeah, we try and see how it can work for farmers, especially with the marketing challenge that the farmers have. We really need to know and see if it's a solution that the farmers can exploit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a cooperative, Tony?
A cooperative, a simple term you can use to
Layman's
explain a
language, because
layman's
want something
language.
that a farmer can understand.
Someone that everyone can understand.
Yes.
It's a group of people coming together voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
Voluntarily means wewe mwenyewe unataka.
So it's more like an agreement.
Agreement.
Mi nataka, we nataka, oh yeah, tukam pamoja.
Tukuje pamoja.
Good.
So that we can meet our social, economic, and cultural needs.
Economic.
Economic.
Agribusiness is all about economics.
All about that.
And one function of the cooperatives, is to meet the economic needs. And Tony has said it is something that we form by coming together as farmers voluntarily. No one is forcing you to do it. No, 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 no. It is voluntary. If I want, I'll join it. If I don't want, good. But what are the benefits of me joining the cooperative? Will it work for me? Will it sort out my issues? Will it be functional in my case?
Yes.
And I feel like more farmers, actually more sectors in the agricultural sector, need to work
Yeah.
in cooperatives.
Like,
And I said from the post, as I was reading the comments, and a farmer said, we need to come together as farmers. That is a layman's language.
Yeah.
We need to come
coming
together as farmers. But we are coming together as farmers. Now, when we come to a more literate perspective, we are forming a cooperative. And this cooperative is supposed to help us tackle our issues when we come together as farmers. And farmers have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
One of the issues that we've mentioned is the marketing challenge.
The marketing challenge.
What other issues might you know that farmers face?
Let's say a farmer lacks inputs.
Inputs.
Yeah.
Access to inputs. Access to inputs, marketing challenge, which is You see, if I don't get access to inputs, I can't actually produce.
Can't do anything.
I can't produce, I have no inputs.
Yes.
Or rather, I am not getting the right inputs that I need.
Yes.
We keep emphasizing here about how farmers are supposed to be using clean and certified seeds
Yes.
to do their
Seeds that are-
production,
yes.
to ensure that they get maximum productivity out of it.
Uh-huh.
And some farmers, most farmers, I think we were having this discussion with Noah during the week. And we were saying the way most farmers do this thing whereby they use seeds from the previous season. You see, the way I harvest, I store my seeds, and then the next season,
Yes.
I am not going to buy seeds. I just nachota kidogo, nagawa kidogo tu,
They reuse.
nachukua naenda napanda.
Uh-huh.
And there are very many risks
Yeah.
of me using such seeds,
Yes.
because at some point you find that seeds are infested with diseases and infections, and
Yeah.
when I plant them back,
We're just continuing the cycle.
the cycle goes on.
Yes.
I never get maximum productivity. And we said, we are here for the win. We need
Yes.
to win. And this is why we are here to educate you about agricultural cooperatives. Just after the break, we want to take a break. And after the break, we will be looking at the roles of the agricultural cooperatives. What do they do? What do they help us? What is their purpose?
Yes.
And we will try to address, why aren't farmers in these cooperatives? What is the problem?
Yeah.
What are the challenges?
Challenges.
Why haven't they joined the cooperatives? And especially we go more into the marketing issue. How are the cooperatives supposed to help the farmer sell their produce in the market?
Yeah.
How do they come in helping in marketing? We want to pay some bills, but we will remind you, please subscribe to our pages. Facebook, we are at A Farmers. A Farmers, A Farmers. A Farmers, it's AFARMERS. On YouTube, we are A Farmers Media. A Farmers Media with a Z. A Farmers Media with a Z. It's a Z, A Farmers Media. We need more subscribers. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers. And we are doing a good job. We are educating you. We are informing you. We will help you attain profits. The least you can do is support us. Give us more subscribers. Subscribe to our channel. Watch our shows. Give us your feedback. If you have anything you need to tell us about agricultural cooperatives, what you feel the issue is, why farmers aren't in agricultural cooperatives, what problems do the current cooperatives have, is there a problem with the policies that is affecting the cooperatives? Give us your feedback. We'd be glad to read your feedback. And if you have any questions, please ask them. After the break, we'll go back into the discussion. Please don't go anywhere.
Drip irrigation is a type of micro irrigation system, or sometimes called trickle irrigation, that has potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either from above the soil surface or buried below the surface from a system of small diameter plastic pipes fitted with outlets called emitters or drippers. The emitters slowly drip water into the soil at the root zone, therefore moisture levels are kept at optimum range, thus improving plant productivity. You can grow different crops using drip irrigation, be it tomatoes, spinach, skuma wiki, beetroots, celery, and many more crops will thrive using drip irrigation method. Drip irrigation is especially beneficial as it provides better plant health, less waste, reduced risk of diseases, money saving, weed control, and saves time. Drip irrigation is the most efficient water and nutrient delivery system for growing crops. Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy, or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Welcome back to the Farm Drive with Conrad Kibe. My good name is Lilian Mora, and I am standing in for Conrad Kibe, who is unavailable due to unavoidable circumstances. So we've been having a discussion from that is it is more of a continuation of a discussion we had on Wednesday here with Noah Naseli Kadima and John Mwanzia, and we are talking about a marketing issue that the farmers have been facing, and we're trying to find other solutions that they can actually use. And before we went for the break, we were talking about agricultural cooperatives, and we just did a brief introduction of the agricultural cooperatives. And for this second part of the show, we are going to be talking about the purpose and benefits of working in cooperatives. What is the role of the cooperatives? Are Kenyans and farmers maximizing on cooperatives? Are they using them as they should be used? Are our cooperatives functional? Are they are they working? Are they working? Because why are farmers complaining? Why are farmers complaining? It's like we don't know if we have cooperatives. If I am to ask a question today, how many farmers do we have that are in cooperatives? You'd be shocked. A majority of the number of the farmers that you have today don't even know about cooperatives, or if they know, most of them aren't ascribed to any of the cooperatives. So they are working as individual farmers, and you see, they are getting a lot of challenges from, as Tony mentioned earlier, accessing inputs and the marketing issue, and it's all going a long way in affecting their returns and even their productivity. And we want to look at what agricultural cooperatives can do for the farmer, how they can help, how they can sort out the marketing issue, and maybe we can talk about something else that can help the farmer sort out the marketing problem that we have. So before we went for the break, that is the kind of discussion we are having. And we like feedback. We do like feedback. And at least I can say we always answer back. We always answer your questions. We always appreciate your comments. So if you have any comments, any questions that you have about agricultural product cooperatives, maybe you want to tell us the cooperative you have been before. Did it work for you? How did it not work for you? Did it help? Why did you leave? Why are you not in a cooperative? Why are you working as an individual? Why are you doing this farming thing as a sole person? I want to know, are the policies that you have in the cooperatives working? Are they functioning? Are they up to date? Or maybe they're not working. Maybe that's why most farmers are not in cooperatives. We want to know, why are you not in cooperatives? Does your region, maybe your region doesn't have cooperatives? Inform us, inform us. Maybe we can liaise, try to find something that can work for you.
Yes.
We need everyone to benefit. And I want to remind us, COVID-19, the third wave, is here. The third wave of COVID-19 is here, and it is serious. Tony, we said it's a serious thing right
It's
now.
a very serious thing.
And it is killing aimlessly. It is deadly than it was before. The first and second strain, I'd say for me, they were a walkover. But right now, it is a serious case. And you see, the funny thing, right now it is very serious, but most people are actually relaxing on it.
Yes, many people are relaxing on it and we don't really understand. It's very dangerous.
They don't understand the severity of the
The
disease.
severity of the disease.
People are not putting on their masks, you're not washing your hands, you are not sanitizing. Social distance is like a thing of the past. So I think some day in the week, was it yesterday? Yesterday, as I was headed home,
Yes.
and I got into a matatu. You see, there's an arrangement we have in matatus right now. Before COVID, we had matatus, like this side we have two seats, this other side we had
One.
two seats. There were two,
Yeah.
like two.
True.
So people used to sit in both seats. And then COVID came, and they said to maintain social distance, we can only have one person per seat.
Yes.
And I think the people in the matatu industry noticed maybe they're not making as much profit as they would, and they changed the arrangement.
So they're taking advantage of this situation.
Let me not say that, because
Yeah.
it's also business.
It's business.
It is also business at
Yeah.
the end run. And this is what they did. They changed the arrangement. So the arrangement is one seat, three seats. One seat, three seats.
Yes.
And in this one seat, we have one person sitting. In these three seats, we have two people sitting. One at the end, the other one at the end. The middle seat is left empty to maintain social distance, right?
Of course.
And then I walked into a matatu yesterday and I found a seat. It was the three seats. So there was someone seated at the corner. I sat at this other end. And so we had the middle seat empty. So for us, the passengers, we know the matatu is full. We should be leaving the stage.
Yes.
And then the tout is Badu, beba, 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 beba. You know,
Still trying to get people into the matatu.
like he's calling more people. And I am wondering, where do you want these people to sit? Because the matatu to me is full.
Yeah.
Where do you want them to sit? Because personally, I know you're supposed to be sitting two people in the seat.
Yes.
And you're still calling for more people. Do you want them to stand up? What is your idea?
It's actually more money. If you look at it.
And I know I am not the only person who has seen these in our matachus.
Yeah.
You end up sitting three people, there's no social distance,
Yeah.
and you can't trust your neighbor.
You don't know if your neighbor has it.
Mm-hmm. So we have to be very careful. Especially, I want to talk if there is a tout anywhere and you're doing that, please stop exposing people to COVID 19.
Be considerate.
Be considerate. Maybe you don't care about yourself, but please do care about the next person, care about your family, care about your neighbor, care about everyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe you have nothing to achieve in life. Personally, for me, I have a lot to do with this life. If God grants me life, I have a lot to do.
Yes.
I don't want to end my
Amen.
life right now because I thought somewhere, or maybe even me as a passenger, if I am coming in and I am seeing these seats are occupied, why? Why am I accepting to sit in the middle when I know no one should be seated there?
We need to actually take responsibility.
It is a personal initiative.
Yeah.
Because this person wants to make money, but me as a person, do I care about my health? Am I concerned? Am I concerned? If I am concerned, there's no way someone is telling me to sit here and I know I should not be seated here. There's no social distance and I sit.
Yes.
I'll just go into the next matatu.
Yes.
So it is a personal initiative for us. And I will remind us again, please, please put on your mask, put on your mask, put on your mask. I won't get
Yes.
tired of saying that. Put on your mask, use your sanitizer, wash your hands, maintain social distance. If you have nothing to do outside, you have no business outside. Stay at home. That is what we mean. Stay at home, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, keep your friends safe.
And another reminder is if you feel the need to sneeze or cough,
Mm-hmm.
you need to cover your mouth.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Let us not expose the people around us to COVID 19. We have a generation we need to take care of, the youth, the young ones before after us. We have the older generation who are at a higher risk of dying when they contract COVID 19. Care
Yes.
enough for your parents. Don't go up country if you know you've been all over the place in Nairobi. You know, I have been meeting up with everyone. I might have contracted
Yes.
COVID. And I read a funny story. No, it's not a funny story. It is a sad story.
Sad.
Very sad story. I read it this week. And someone was saying she attended 6 burials in 1 week.
Wow.
6 burials in 1 week.
Wow.
This 1 week that she was attending the burials. So it is like I am going out.
Mhm.
Me as a man, I go out, hang out with my friends. Maybe I contract COVID. Come back to my house, right?
Yeah.
I have a wife. We sleep in the same bed.
You transfer it to
Transfer it to your wife.
Yes.
You have a kid in the house.
Yeah.
The mother is always carrying the kid.
Yes.
The kid gets COVID 19. So the man died,
Wow.
the wife died,
Mhm.
the child died. And the previous weekend, they had gone up country to see their parents.
Wow.
So the parents also got infected.
That's
The parents also died. You see,
sad
we're looking
situation.
at a number of 5 people in a family.
Yes.
How are we losing 5 people in a family?
It's a very sad situation.
How are we losing 5 people in a family because of our carelessness? I feel like we are just becoming so reckless. Too reckless. We are not supposed to be reckless. This is the third wave. It is deadly. It is deadly. Keep safe. And just to get back, our main people that we're trying to address are the farmers and anyone else associated with farming activities.
Yes.
And I told you we had a discussion on Wednesday, and a farmer actually told us something about brokers and how they wanted to buy her produce. I don't know if it's a her or a his. I am sorry, I'm not very gender specific, but allow me to use her. A broker wanted to buy her produce at a very low price,
Yes.
6 bob per head of cabbage.
Per head.
Yet the cost of production per cabbage is 10 bob,
Imagine the loss.
4 shillings per head.
4 shillings per head.
Imagine a whole farm, a whole acre.
Wow.
That is, it is, it would be rather you never got into the farming production because its losses on your side.
Best you didn't even do anything.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
realize the challenge that our farmers have is marketing.
Yes.
Marketing. Some farmers get into farming activities
Mhm.
without awareness of the market.
That's a big mistake.
Big mistake
A very big mistake.
that you think they should have done differently.
I believe that they should have done that differently.
And what should they have done differently?
Before venturing into any farming activity, you need to have your plan. If you don't have your plan, failing to plan is planning to fail. And the marketing aspect is very important when it comes to your planning. Yes.
Okay, please tell me, what do you feel? What do you feel? Are farmers making the mistake here? Are they the ones going into business without awareness of the market?
Yeah.
Do our farmers lack a plan? Do they not know what they are doing? Give us your feedback on Facebook at A Farmers with a Z, on YouTube, A Farmers Media. We'd be glad to sample your feedback. Actually, I see someone. Tell us where you're watching the show from. We need to know. We need to know. We'll appreciate you. And we get to learn together. So I
Yes.
have a feedback here, but we'll be addressing the person later on in the show. You can actually be thinking of what we can tell him.
Yes.
So Richie Olti says, thank you, Richie, for watching our show. We are glad that you're watching. Please subscribe to our pages, Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the links. Richie asks, how do we enhance these agricultural cooperatives for a sustainable agricultural produce?
Ah.
Yes. So, Richie would like to know, are you a farmer? Are you in a cooperative? Is it working? What is not working? If you are, please tell us what is working in your cooperative. Where do you feel you are having a challenge? We would like to know.
Let us know.
Let us know. Give us your feedback. And I have a guest in studio, and I will again introduce my guests. His good name is Tony Mining.
Tony Mining.
Mining. Tony
Yes.
Mining. And he said we should find out the meaning of his name. Interesting. I actually don't know the meaning of my name.
What's your name?
Lilian Mora, and I don't.
You do not know the
I
meaning
don't.
of your name.
I don't know the
Should
meaning of
find out.
Mora. You see, even when I'm googling about Mora,
Yeah.
I find some funny answers.
So it's what kind of name is Mora? Which tribe?
Mora is Kisi. I don't want to get tribal here. So Mora is Kisi. And when I Google about Mora, they will bring you stories. Mora was a prophetess in the Kisi region. I might be one. You never know. Anyway, just a story for another day, okay? Yeah. We might discuss that someday. Before we went on the break, Twinny,
Yes.
you described to us what a cooperative is.
Yes.
Do you mind repeating it for our farmers and our viewers who are watching us live?
No. A cooperative is a group of people coming together. That's the simple term I can use that I know everybody can understand. It's a group of people coming together uh, uh, to meet their needs, be it economic, social, or cultural needs, whichever needs that. But in this situation, we're talking about agriculture.
It is agriculture.
Yes. So that's the simple basic.
And for us, agriculture is a business. Agriculture is a career. Actually, Conrad Kibe this week, the host, the farm drive host,
Yes.
since Monday, he's been covering things under agribusiness.
Uh-huh.
Agriculture is a business for us.
It is.
Agriculture is not something we just do to get food and that's it. No. Agriculture is a career for some of us. So it is a business for us. And if it is a business, the economics part of it is very, very important. And I remember on Monday, he did something on, like, he was actually explaining what agribusiness is, the components, the overview, and he really did a very good job on agribusiness. And I am saying agriculture is a business.
Yes.
Farming is a business. The economic aspect of farming is important. And when we have a lot of farmers complaining, they are making losses.
Yeah.
They don't have markets.
Yes.
They are having marketing issues. It's something we need to address because we need these farmers to make profits.
Yeah.
We need our farmers to make profit and we need them to do it well.
Yes.
And by that, they can only do that when they can sell their produce. You see, if I have produce and I don't sell it, I never get my returns.
Obviously, it's gonna go bad. Then, what will you do with it?
No, someone actually said, I think even the comment we read from the farmer said she was willing to cut back her cabbage into the farm and use it as manure instead of selling it.
Wow.
Like, look at the point where our farmers are getting. It is a point of distress when I decide I'd rather, instead of making losses, let me not invest in manure. Let me use my cabbage as manure.
Yes.
And someone really interesting, I don't remember the name, he said, she said, actually it was a she. She said, for me, I took my cabbage and I was feeding it to my cows.
So you.
And guess what? The cows never wanted the cabbages anymore after some time.
Kama zilichoka.
Zilichoka, punda ilichoka. But in this case, ni ng'ombe. Ng'ombe ilichoka. No, like
It's the same
it
way.
is more like I am done.
It's the same way you eat one meal every single day. You get tired of it. The same situation.
We need diversity.
Yes.
We need diversity. We need something more interesting, right?
Yeah.
Personally, okay, I'm not saying cabbage is a bad thing, but
thing.
I can think of having cabbage today, tomorrow,
Every single day
Sunday,
for
Monday.
weeks on after
Why?
weeks.
Why? It would get boring. Personally, I don't think I'd take that.
Nobody.
And I believe even an animal, no animal, would want to take cabbage day in, day out.
Yes.
And back to our discussion about agricultural cooperatives. Tony has just explained to us that cooperatives, it's a group of farmers, a group of people. In this case, we are talking about farmers, a group of farmers coming together.
Yes.
They come together, they form an association.
Yeah.
And this association is meant to meet their economic needs, cultural needs, social needs. And this organization actually, it is owned by the farmers.
Yeah.
It is a joint ownership.
It's owned by the people who have formed it.
And it is a voluntary thing, right?
Very voluntary. Nobody forces you to actually venture into it. Like, we have a cooperative.
You just decide.
Yes.
And you get to form a cooperative.
Yes.
Okay. So a cooperative for us, we're finding it to be jointly owned. And it is owned by the farmers itself. And if it's owned by the farmers itself, farmers have a lot to do in the cooperative. They have benefits from the cooperative. Like, it's more like they are governing the cooperative.
Yeah.
You actually run it. So if you are running something, you can actually make it work for you.
Yes.
Because you are on the ground. No one is coming with policies to implement them. You are actually the ones making the decisions and the policies.
Yes.
So, Tony, I'd like you to tell us some of the roles or maybe purposes of the agricultural cooperatives. How do cooperatives come in for farmers? What do they help in? Because I believe cooperatives don't only do marketing.
Yes.
I believe they don't only set the marketing crisis. And if they are sorting more than one crisis, I think it's a win for the farmers.
It's a win.
If you have one organization that is doing a lot for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at my computer here. I have a computer where I can do my recording, I can type, I can do everything I need to do. It is a win for me.
Yes,
Instead of me having a phone where I can do this, I need a notebook to write my notes. I need something else. You see, it is a lot.
Yeah.
But farmers have one organization that they can actually form, and it helps a lot. Cooperatives.
Yes.
And we want more farmers to think about the issue of cooperatives.
Yes.
We want them to look at cooperatives at a very wide angle. Look at the benefits of joining a cooperative. Do you think, let me ask, do you think it's time farmers formed a cooperative? If you are a farmer, let me know. Do you think it's time guys formed cooperatives? I feel like in Kenya, cooperatives, especially in the farming industry, are lagging behind.
Yes.
More so in all other sectors, except the tea sector and coffee sector. So, and we want to address the issue, and I would like Tony to give us some of the benefits or the
Yeah.
purposes or functions.
Yeah.
It's more or less the same thing.
Same thing.
The functions of an agricultural cooperative. Other than marketing, we'll talk about marketing in a bit, but I want to know what else can this organization help me with?
It's a simple thing. Another simple thing you can say is creation of employment. The employment is created once you form a cooperative. It's like you've created employment for, let's say, somebody who wasn't even doing anything, let's say with their farm. You've created employment for them. Yes.
Okay. Other than creation of employment, what else?
There are many.
There is a thing I saw on social media on the same post.
Yes.
Someone said that some farmers rely on brokers for loans to get their inputs.
Yes.
So at the end of the production period, they have no other option
Anything to
other
go to,
than
yeah.
to go back to the same brokers in order to repay their loans.
Yes.
So the brokers take their produce at very low prices.
That's another benefit we can derive from that situation.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah.
Please do.
Provision of loans to the members of the cooperative. Yes.
So in cooperatives, I find like we come together,
Yes.
we save. The cooperatives that I know, we save.
Yes.
When we save, you see, when I have savings, it's so easy for me to take a loan.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy for me to take a loan
Yes.
because I am a member of this cooperative.
Yes.
So I can easily get loans.
You can easily get loans.
As compared to me going to a bank, asking for a loan, and it's a whole other process. You see,
It's a
this is
long
a cooperative
process.
where I'm a member, they know me.
Yes.
They can always try to help me out, which is another story for another day because we have a lot of challenges that farmers face, especially that's something we said about Monday. In Monday, we were having a discussion with Noah and we were talking about challenges women face
Yes.
who are in agriculture. And we mentioned something about finances and how difficult it is for them to get loans. And Tony here is telling us when we are in a cooperative, it is so easy for us to get loans.
Yes.
Okay, so cooperatives helps us to get loans. When I get my loan, I get capital.
Yes.
With capital, I can actually finance my activities.
Any activities that relates to the agribusiness that you want to do includes the farming, even other aspects of the said thing.
So it facilitates my activities around.
All your activities.
I can pay for labor.
You can pay for that labor.
I can get my inputs.
Yes.
If the loan goes further, it will help me even in the harvesting process.
Yes.
Okay. The story about inputs. I want to know, how can farmers be helped by cooperatives to access inputs?
If there's that financial aspect where they're being financed, they can actually purchase the inputs. Yes.
Other than financing, is there a way it can be done? Other than financing, is there another way it can be done?
That's the point. It's a cooperative. So they can be assisted, those particular inputs.
I am made aware that when we are in a cooperative, cooperatives, you see, we are this week, I think every single day we've mentioned power in numbers.
Yes.
There's always power in numbers.
Yes.
When I do something as an individual, it is hard. When we are doing it as a group, it gets easier.
Yes.
It gets easier, way easier. And I can actually do what I need to do. And there's a proverb Noah read during the week. And it was, what did it say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, work with other people.
Exactly.
Work together. You can't go alone far.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
like your distance is limited. And when I am going to buy inputs, let me talk about inputs. Farmers, yesterday I did organic farming. I did a discussion about organic farming.
Mm-hmm.
But most farmers that I know out here are doing in organic farming.
Yes.
In organic farming, I need to buy um, fertilizers.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm buying a whole bag of fertilizer
Mm-hmm.
that I won't actually even be needing.
Yeah.
And maybe I
A
can't
lot
even
of.
afford it.
Yeah.
I believe the agricultural cooperatives,
Yes.
they actually help us to get the inputs. You see, in a sense where we
Uh-huh.
are a large number,
Yes.
you see, buying as a group is way easier.
Uh-huh.
Like, have you ever gone to buy something in wholesale? And when you buy something in retail,
Yes.
do you notice a difference?
There's a big the difference.
Mhm.
When you buy in wholesale, you like don't really spend a lot.
It is cheaper.
It's cheaper.
I will give an example. I am not a parent, but I will be maybe someday.
Yeah.
Would you like to be a parent?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll give an example. Um, there is a pack of Pampers.
Mm-hmm.
When I buy a pack of Pampers in retail, I am getting it at 700.
Yes.
When I buy it in wholesale, I am buying it at 550. Do you understand? There's
Yes.
a difference. So when we are a lot, we are a big number and we're trying to get farm inputs. As a big number and we are buying it at once, there is a cost reduction. There is a cost reduction and we get to buy things at cheaper prices.
Yes, a much cheaper price.
Okay?
Yes.
So we've addressed the issue of creation of employment, inputs.
Inputs,
There is markets.
markets.
Actually, we find that the agricultural cooperatives
Yes,
can do a lot for us,
they can.
which is a very good thing. Should more farmers join cooperatives?
Absolutely.
What do you think is the issue? Why aren't farmers in cooperatives? Or why are the cooperatives we have not working?
I think there is a particular reason that people are not really venturing into cooperatives, which you need to find out.
We are having a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap. I don't know
A
if they
gap.
don't. It's a matter of not trusting the cooperatives.
Uh-huh.
You don't really. Maybe the people can let us know why people really
Yes, kindly give us your feedback.
give
Give
us
us
some
your
feedback.
feedback on A Farmers on Facebook, A Farmers on YouTube. Richie, I hope you're still watching this show. We're going to address your issue in the last segment of the show. And anyone else who has a comment, a question, you'd like to tell us where you're watching the show from, kindly tell us where you're watching the show from. We want to know. We want to shout out, to give you a shout out. And it is Friday. Friday. And I know
Friday.
Friday. Huh? It is a happy day, right?
Yes.
And I know a lot of us are wrapping up our activities. This is our last show for the week.
Yeah.
Till Monday. And it feels great. And we want to take a break and pay our bills. And when we come back, because we have already explained to you what cooperatives are, what they do to you for you as a farmer. When we come back, we are going to look at the challenges that are facing the agricultural cooperatives. And we are going to look at the process of actually forming a cooperative. Because we think most farmers haven't formed a cooperative. We will give you a process, and if you have any other queries or other information that you would like to add to us, please comment. Comment on our pages, Facebook Farmers, YouTube Farmers with Media, and we'd like to hear from you.
Yes.
And we'll take a break. And when we come back, our guest for the day, Tony Meaning,
Uh-huh.
Tony Meaning will be telling us the challenges that farmers face. What is hindering our farmers from joining cooperatives?
Yes.
What problems are we having in our cooperatives? What do we think should be corrected in our cooperatives? Tony, najua wewe hauna bills za kulipa. Assuming you don't have bills to pay.
Utajuaje?
You have someone who pays your bills, right?
Yes.
Yes, which is a good thing. Some of us grown-ups here need to pay some bills. So
Yes.
we are going for a break. We'll be back in a few. Please don't go away. Stay tuned. We are coming back to inform you more about agricultural cooperatives.
Melon is a trailing vine in the gourd family. The word melon can refer to either the plant or specifically to the fruit. Watermelon is a type of melon that is sweet and refreshing fruit. Watermelons can either be grown on home gardens for small-scale farmers or large-scale depending on the market demand. You can either transplant or plant watermelon seeds directly. For best performance, plant watermelons in hot, sunny locations with loose, fertile, well-drained soil that is rich in organic matter. It is best to plant watermelons on raised rows and ensure that the soil pH is between 6.0 to 6.8. On average, it takes around 3 months for a watermelon to grow from seed to mature fruit, with smaller varieties having shorter growing times than larger varieties of watermelon. Watermelon growing, if done rationally and on a scalable basis, can be a good source of income.
One of the most important activities on our farms is scouting. Why is it important? Because you get to know what is affecting your crops on a daily basis. Join me, Noah Nasiali Kadima, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., where we guide you to attain knowledge and grow profits.
Are you a farmer facing challenges in your farm? Pests, diseases, or even unsatisfactory produce? Worry no more. The solution is here. Join us every Tuesday on Diagnostic Tuesday, where we talk about various issues affecting agriculture and interacting with experts with knowledge in different sectors of agriculture to provide you with appropriate solutions, giving hope to farmers to attain better yields, to achieve financial success and development. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Welcome back to the Farm Drive with Conrad Kibe. And Conrad Kibe is not in. I am standing in for my colleague. My good name is Mora Lillian. Lillian Mora. Noah prefers calling me Lillian Thomas, which is more efficient for him, but you can call me whatever you want. Lillian, Lillian Mora, Lillian Thomas. It all works for me, and I am good. And I have a guest in studio by the name
Tony Meaning.
Tony Meaning is in the agribusiness sector, agribusiness management.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and we've been talking about cooperatives, and we want to go deeper into cooperatives. But again, before we went to pay our bills, I will keep reminding people out here: COVID, COVID, COVID. Let's put on our masks, sanitize, and keep social distance.
Yeah, very important.
And we've said it's a personal initiative,
Yes.
and everyone should take it as a responsibility on themselves.
I believe the message has been put through to the people that are listening and watching and tuning in right now. Anybody who's going to watch. Yes.
Okay, and just to mention something that just came in, we've been having very high cases of COVID-19 in Nairobi,
Yeah.
in Machakos, and the president has spoken today.
What has he said?
Our president Uhuru Kenyatta has addressed the issue. And President Uhuru Kenyatta actually is putting more measures to keep our people safe, to keep us safe. The president actually cares. I feel like the government is doing a lot to care for its people.
Yes.
But the people are lagging behind.
To the point where the new measures, what are the new measures that have been?
So the government is getting stricter on the measures. So the government and the president today, when addressing the nation, he has said there is cessation of movement in 5 counties.
Which are those
In
counties?
and out. We are restricting movement in and out of these counties. And the counties are Nairobi, Kanairo mechosha watu. Nairobi. We have Nairobi. We have Machakos. We have Kajiado. We have Nakuru. And we have Kiambu. Nairobi, Machakos, Kajiado, Nakuru, and Kiambu. These 5 counties, cessation of movement in and out has been put in place. And the curfew.
What time is the curfew?
The curfew is at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
So hakuna sherehe wadau. Sherehe is not here today. 8 p.m. you should be home.
We need to, the more we take these measures to counter the virus, the more it will, ikienda mtakuwa mnaenda klabu usiku kama mnataka, yani kenye mnataka. Lakini sahii tufanye kinachotakikana.
for our safety,
for our own safety.
especially for the future. We still need to be here. I feel like we still need more things to achieve. We
Yes.
are a young generation too.
We are young generation.
We haven't lived life.
Yes.
Actually, people say life starts at 40. What do you think?
Maybe it does.
Maybe it does.
Yeah.
No, actually, life starts at 40. I can give you a whole perspective about it. I'll do that when we leave the studio because I feel at 40 there's a lot. There's a lot. Psychologically, financially, everything makes your life better. You have better experience. There's a lot that you can say about life starting at 40. But that's a discussion for another day. And I want us to take precaution measures. Be aware of the curfew rules. 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. in Nairobi, Machakos, Kajiado, Kiambu, and Nakuru. Make sure you get home on time.
8 p.m. nobody should be seen outside.
So sherehe haiko. Tukae nyumbani. It's Friday. It is furahi day, I know, but we need to go home.
It would be sad to see the same thing that happened when the pandemic started, that people were not observing the curfew times and then they were being caught by police officers and being brutally dealt with.
That is another different topic about police brutality.
Yes.
That's a topic for another day.
That's another day.
But can we just pay attention to the precautionary measures that we have in place? Can we just put on our masks? If advisable, the medics say you can put on 2 masks. Put on 2 masks. It is better for you. It is safer for you. I know we have this thing, oh, I'm not breathing properly. Oh. No, we don't want to listen to that.
Stay home.
We don't want to listen to that. You know, I have a lot of people complaining. Someone is putting on their mask and then just a few minutes and they're like, you know, I can't breathe properly with this mask. No. We don't care if you can breathe properly or
Placing it
not.
at your chin.
Please don't. Your mask should cover your mouth and your nose.
Perfectly.
It should not be hanging over here on the neck. Why are you having it?
Make sure you purchase a mask that is convenient for you and your face.
Let it cover your mouth and your nose. Keep yourself safe. Keep everyone safe. Sanitize. Keep social distance. And we are going back to our discussion too.
Yes.
Agricultural cooperatives.
Yeah.
Like we've discussed the role of the cooperatives to the farmers.
Yes.
And what are cooperatives? And we are trying to address a marketing issue that we feel our farmers are having.
Yeah.
And one of the solutions that we think could work for the farmers is them joining agricultural cooperatives and making the cooperatives to work for us.
Yes.
And before we went on the break, we talked about what cooperatives are. What are their functions? What are the benefits of joining the cooperative? What services do you get access to? And we said the cooperatives help us to get economic access. They solve our economic issues, our social issues, and our cultural issues.
Yes.
And we said when we are in cooperatives, we invest, it's easier for us to get loans.
It's much easier.
It's easier for us to get inputs,
loans, what else?
Marketing our produce.
Exactly.
Everything gets easier. It creates employment for us. I think there's one thing we should have mentioned that we forgot. Cooperatives do this thing. It's advocacy. They help us in policy and decision making. Yes. With liaising with the government. They can always, you see, it's like our voice. We as farmers, we voice our concerns out. And the cooperatives, the person who represents us, can actually address our issues to the larger government.
Yes, that's the freedom of expression.
Yes. When our issues are addressed and our services get better, farming becomes a good thing for us to do as farmers.
It should be something that you're doing and you're enjoying doing it.
And because the policies we have around are favorable.
Yes.
And by forming cooperatives, we can always help in policy and decision making from the cooperatives level. So Tony, I want to talk about forming a cooperative.
Yes.
Because I think most farmers aren't in cooperatives.
I believe so.
And if they are not in cooperatives, I believe maybe maybe, just maybe,
Maybe.
they are not even aware of how a cooperative is formed.
They don't know how it works.
They don't know how it works. And maybe they didn't even see the need of having a cooperative.
Yes.
But we've already tackled the issue of the need of having a cooperative.
Yes.
So when trying to form a cooperative, what do we need? We said cooperatives, it's a voluntary thing. What do we need to form a cooperative? You see, a cooperative always has a name.
Has a name.
It has a name.
Yes.
When I want to form a company, I must have a name for my company.
Yes. I think everything has a name.
Including you with a very interesting name, Tony Meaning. Tony Meaning. Tony Meaning. Tony Meaning.
Yes.
Cooperatives have a procedure. They have a procedure to be formed, but there are things that we require when forming a cooperative. And one of the documents I realized we needed, and the things we need in forming a cooperative, is the name of the cooperative.
The name, that's the first thing.
For example,
should I say an example?
give us a name.
I can form my own cooperative with my friends. We call it Meaning.
Meaning agricultural cooperative.
Meaning agricultural cooperatives.
Yes, you need a name for your cooperative. So you as people come together. And there is a minimum number of people that we should be having when forming a cooperative, which is 10.
10.
10 people.
It's a minimum of 10 people and a maximum of?
It can always go. It can always go.
Continue.
But we need a minimum of 10 people.
Yes.
These 10 people come together and decide on a name.
Yes.
So most probably we won't call it Meaning. Meaning is a personal thing.
And what if I do most of the things? Okay. The people come together and come up with a name. That's the thing. That's the message that we're trying to.
So we're saying we have this cooperative. Maybe it's based on our region, as we are in Kitengela. So we say Kitengela Agricultural Cooperative.
Yes.
We already have a name. We have our 10 members.
Yes.
We have our 10 members. And for every cooperative to be running, it needs a constitution.
What is a constitution?
What is a constitution? We have a Kenyan constitution.
Yes.
What does the constitution do? What are the functions?
We can simply say a constitution is like a guidance, something that guides the citizens on how to live their daily lives.
It contains laws and penalties. I feel for every law there's a penalty. If you go against the law, there's always a penalty.
I think in every organization there are penalties if you fail to.
So we must be having a draft constitution.
Yes.
A draft constitution is made up of laws. So members can always come and propose their laws. Yes. This is the law of our constitution. We have to, every member should be doing this. Every member should be doing this. If you don't do this, this is the penalty. This is the punishment.
Yeah. Even in, let's say, an example we can use is in schools, most people went to school. Most people went to, let's say, even in the workplace, there are rules that needs to be followed. The same way in cooperatives, there need to be this constitution. And in this constitution, which is formed by the members, we need to have these guidelines, and everybody has a voice. Anybody can contribute and say
yes. Agricultural cooperatives are very, very democratic.
That's the word I was looking for.
Democratic. Every member's participation is highly encouraged. So it's not a thing that someone is running for you and you're just a member and you just sit there. You are a part of it. You are a part of the running of the cooperative.
Yes.
You see, in schools, when you go to school, we all register. You are in campus. Yes. You go to campus, you register your name, your details, your ID, and everything. And it is the same thing for cooperatives.
Yeah, registration.
So, yes, every member, when registering, should come with their ID.
Identification card.
KRA PIN. Our taxes are important. They run our country.
Yes.
So you need to be having a KRA PIN. You need a passport size photo. I don't like taking photos personally, so.
You should.
I don't. But you need a passport size photo, your phone number, details about you. We need to know your occupation. What do you do? What is your age?
Yes.
Like it helps us gather information about every member we have,
Yes.
every farmer we have, every person. We can actually cater for your needs in a special way when we have information about you.
That's the basic thing, that why we need to give these documents, identification cards, so that we can actually keep track of the members that we have.
Okay.
Yes.
So in every organization, there's always a management.
Yes.
For the cooperatives, we always have a chairperson,
Yes.
we have a treasurer. Treasurers, they only deal with money, it's a money issue. So we have a treasurer, we have a secretary general.
Yeah.
And these are the three most important officials. And the good thing, it is democratic.
So people actually get to choose who will be.
Definitely, you choose your leaders.
Yeah.
You choose your chairperson. This thing is yours. You own it. Without you, it wouldn't be in existence. So you own it. No one is forcing it on you.
Yes.
You are. Do you know the way when you do something voluntarily,
Yeah.
you actually own it? It is nice. It is good for you. It is fun.
You're actually vibrant when you're actually doing it.
Yes, so we've given you what the documents that you need to form a cooperative. You need these documents to form a cooperative. We need 10 members, a minimum of 10 members to form a cooperative. These members come voluntarily together and they have certain needs they need the cooperative to solve for them. And they make an agreement, they provide their documents, and the registration process gets easy. And within no time, you will be having a registered cooperative.
Within no time.
Yes, you'll be having a registered cooperative. So, since we've realized that most farmers aren't in cooperatives, and that's why we are having issues whereby someone is complaining about marketing,
Yeah,
because we said one of the functions of a cooperative is marketing.
that's one of the functions.
But we have people complaining about marketing issues. And we want to understand, why aren't people joining cooperatives? What is the issue? Do people lack information? Do people find it uninteresting? And we want to know what other issues might be.
Challenges.
Yes, the challenges. What other issues might be the cooperatives experiencing, such that we are not seeing their functionality as they should be functioning to solve the farmers' problems. Maybe you can take us through.
One thing we can say is lack of capital.
Lack of capital. In what sense?
Let's say we are trying to form a cooperative, but let's say 10 members cannot actually contribute to the capital of the cooperative. That's a challenge.
It is a challenge.
Yes.
And the cooperative activities need to be running.
They need to be funded.
So for the cooperative activities to run, they need money.
Yes.
They need. What do you propose? Because we don't have capital. What do you propose?
What can we propose? I think that's a challenge in which that's something that can be dealt with.
Personally, I feel like the government can always come in to help.
Yes, and that even moves me to my second point, which is also a challenge. You can say lack of government intervention.
Lack of government intervention.
Yes.
And
you talk about the point.
I want you to explain further. Why is the government not intervening? How should they intervene? How do you feel they should be intervening?
They should support the cooperatives because agriculture is the backbone of this country. And if the government comes in to actually support these cooperatives, we can actually move forward, and actually, as a country in general, we can actually go forward when it comes to agriculture.
Actually, agriculture provides 25% of the GDP. Yes. And if we were to combine other industries related to agriculture, because produce we give from agriculture is actually used as raw materials in different industries.
Yeah.
It actually provides the biggest percentage
Which percentage?
of GDP.
Yeah.
It is a lot. It is more than 30. Actually, it's more than 40.
More than 40.
More than 40.
Yeah.
You see, when we have one sector providing more than 40%,
And we're not actually focusing on it. Or not, we're not, let's not even use that word. Let's use, actually, let's intervention, more intervention into it.
we need the government actually becoming active
Active into it.
in these agricultural cooperatives to ensure smooth running of it.
Yes.
Okay. What other challenge could we be having in the industry?
Another challenge that we may be facing when it comes to cooperatives, you can say, it's one thing, it's in my head, but I don't know how to put it.
It's okay, we do understand. Farmers do understand.
Maybe you can go on to the next point as I try to put it together.
I have seen something about poor management.
Yeah, poor management of the cooperatives. Yes. If the cooperatives are not managed properly, then they're bound to fail. Everything goes down to management, even when it comes to management of the agricultural cooperatives.
But I feel the farmers choose their leaders.
They choose their leaders. But what will happen? Let's say they've chosen their leaders, but their leaders are poorly managing.
What is so hard with you getting other leaders?
Maybe.
Because this is your thing.
Yeah.
You own it.
Yes.
You own it. I wouldn't want to stay in a place whereby the management is poor
Exactly.
and our functionality is going down the drain.
Yes.
And there's something we can do about it.
Exactly. What you can do about it is get rid of something that doesn't work. You need to
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it and put people who actually suited, who can actually do the job as it should be done.
We've always said if you have farmers, you actually have leaders who are not doing their work. Why do you have them? What are they helping you with? Nothing. Just get rid of them. Get someone who will function and do what they're supposed to do.
That's a deep lesson that you can learn
In every aspect of life. We're not even only talking about agricultural cooperatives.
Right.
In every aspect of life, you have poor management. Get rid of them. I am imagining a scenario where we have a company and the management is poor. And the company ain't getting returns. The company is making losses. Why on earth would we still have the same management around?
That would be foolish.
It will be foolish.
Yes.
So as farmers, it is your own initiative to make sure you have leaders who are working for you. Because the challenges that we are having about poor management, it's actually something you can deal with. That actually don't even need intervention from the government. It's something you do it because cooperatives are democratic. You choose your leaders. There is poor management. Get rid of the leaders. Make the cooperatives work.
Yes.
Any other challenge you think?
I think I've said all.
I have seen what I'd say. I think it should have been the first thing maybe we thought. I feel like most farmers have they lack information.
Lack of information.
They lack information. Farmers don't know that there is existence of cooperatives.
And I believe there are those farmers who don't really actually have the information that what is a cooperative. What does it deal with?
What exactly, like the benefits?
Yes.
What are the benefits that I get when I join a cooperative? And you see, when a farmer has no information, they can't choose what they do know.
They can't. Precisely.
But whose role is it to tell farmers about agricultural cooperatives?
If you have the information about cooperatives and you feel like it can help the next person, why not create awareness?
What are our leaders doing? What are our leaders doing? What is the agricultural cabinet secretary doing on the ground? What are you doing? How is this information getting to the farmers? What are you doing to address it? Why don't farmers know about agricultural cooperatives?
That's the question. Why
Because
don't they
I
know?
feel like the Ministry of Agriculture should be doing a lot, including giving information to farmers. I feel like it should be doing a lot. It should be doing extra, especially on that part, because
Yeah.
we find that most farmers lack information.
Yeah.
And you see, myself as an expert, yourself as an expert, you can't actually get access to all farmers.
You
I
can.
can't
Yeah.
be in
I can't.
Kajiado. I am in Nairobi. I am in Nyamira. It is hard. The government needs to come in.
In the government, the thing with the government, it can reach many people at once. If you compare to, let's say, an individual or even a group of people, yeah, I
And
think
they have more people to do that.
they have they have people who actually being paid to actually carry out their. They should put it into their like the things that they have to do, promoting what is a cooperative and how it can help the people, the members of the society. Yes.
One thing I also feel maybe the government should have done, there should be more training, especially for the farmers. It's even when you're talking about poor management. Poor management is all about leadership. Leadership is a skill. It is a skill that people
a
are being
skill.
trained on.
Yeah.
It is a skill that people can be trained on. If, as a government, we came, I have a lot of emphasis on the government because I feel the government should be doing a lot to help the agricultural sector. I feel like the experts are really trying there
They're
to do their
trying.
work.
Yeah.
Like, look at us here. We are here trying to inform people about agricultural cooperatives. One thing that if the government came in, we will access more people,
More
give more
access.
information. The
Yes.
government can fund, get more people into joining the cooperatives. So I feel like it should be doing a lot. When the government comes in, train the farmers, teach them about cooperatives, train them on how it runs, give people leadership skills, let them run the cooperatives.
Yeah.
You make your work easier.
Because there's that lack of training. There is that lack of training because when you're not trained on what is a cooperative or how it works, how it should work, what you're supposed to do, then you're bound for failure.
You're bound for failure. Somewhere this week we said, when you have not planned anything, failure to plan is plan to failure.
One thing I can add is saying a fool with a plan is has a much better chance of success than a smart person who has no plan.
Failure to plan is planning to failure. And that's why we're having this issue of whereby you are a farmer and you are in the market. You are a farmer, you have produce, you have no market. What was your plan? When you were planting those crops, what was your plan? Because I believe I actually think this is my reasoning. You planned, but you planned halfway.
Yes.
You never planned till the latter end.
Which is
Marketing.
yes.
So you did your whole planning from land preparation, getting inputs, doing everything that I need to do on my farm.
Yes.
All the good agronomic practices, I did them. But when it comes to the last stage, I never had a plan for it.
Everything needs to have a plan. Step by step. On to the last thing.
We will say, we will repeat, a wise farmer actually plans. You have to plan. You have to plan for every activity that you do.
Yes.
You don't just wake up one morning and decide, I am going to my farm, and you just look at you're like, okay, I'm going to get chili seeds and I am going to plant chili seeds. No, 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 no. We don't do farming like that. Not here. Not here. Maybe you've been doing that, but that's why we are here. That is why we are here to tell you how you need to do things. And for your marketing issues, we've actually realized you need to use your local markets.
Yes.
We need to form cooperatives. We need to form cooperatives. We've said there is power in numbers.
There is power in numbers. When many people come together, their goals can be achieved because one skill that I can have, another person can be lacking, and a skill that another person may have, I may be lacking.
Mhm.
And when we come together, we can actually exploit everything that we need to actually reach the success that we want.
Okay, I would like to know from the farmers. I would like to know from the farmers, or maybe there's someone in, maybe a leader in the management of an agricultural cooperative. I'd like to know the challenges that you are facing in your cooperative. Do you have a solution for your challenges? How are you solving your issues? Is the government actually helping you around? Do you need any help from the government? What exactly do you need? What do you think is the problem with the farmers? Why do you think the farmers are not in cooperatives? Why do you think the farmers are choosing to stay away from cooperatives? Do the farmers lack information? How many farmers out here have information about cooperatives?
Yes, let us know.
We would really like to know. Give us your feedback on A Farmers on Facebook, A Farmers on YouTube. On YouTube, we are A Farmers Media. Please subscribe to our channel. As you watch, subscribe, share our link. Maybe there's a farmer out here who doesn't know about us. And if you share, they get to get information. They get to be educated as you are being educated right now. They get to learn. They get to be informed. And together, as one, we get to learn. When we learn, we do agriculture the right way. We attain profits, we all win, and we attain food security,
Yes.
which is the most important part.
Food security.
Food security. We want to
Yes.
get rid of the hunger crisis. Does the hunger and starvation story actually frustrate you as much as it frustrates me?
It really, really, really frustrates me. Something that I'm really passionate about is we need to change it. We need to make changes.
And it's the same problem we are having. Farmers, like, this is a funny thing.
Yeah.
This is a funny issue we're having here. We have hunger and starvation at some part, and we are at this place where someone has produce
And it doesn't know where to place it.
and don't know where to sell it.
Yeah.
I have no market. Do you get? There is a gap we are having somewhere in our country.
That's the gap.
There is a gap somewhere. This gap needs to be solved.
Yeah.
This gap needs to be solved. When we are selling as a cooperative, we can always, there's this thing about numbers, we can always bargain for better prices.
Yeah.
You see, as an individual, I might be forced to sell my cabbages at 20 bob
Yes.
in order for me to sell because I am an individual. But as a group, as a
Yes.
cooperative,
Uh-huh.
we can always bargain for better prices.
Yeah.
And we can always make profits and returns from what we are doing.
That's the thing.
And that is what we want to do for our farmers. We need them to do marketing the right way.
Marketing must be done the right way. Either in everything that you're doing to market it correctly. If you want to actually reap from it, actually benefit from it.
We read a proverb along the week, but this proverb, I can't really say the exact words that we said, but as we explained it, we explained that we can only tap knowledge from what we have. Tap knowledge. We have information out here. Let's stop being ignorant. Let's get information. Cooperatives are out here. What initiative are you taking to get to know about cooperatives? What do you know about them? How do they function? What do you know? Do you actually have any information? We have information everywhere.
There's information, especially now that this is a social media age where you can actually get information on the palm of your hand.
We are supposed to tap the information. And when we do tap the information, please use the information you have.
Yes.
Our work is not tapping information and just sitting with it. Let's use the information we have.
It would be foolish if you have all that, a lot of information, but you don't actually apply any of it. Then there's no point of actually learning the information.
Agricultural cooperatives will go a long way in solving our marketing challenges for farmers. And I feel like this is one part that farmers need to explore. Make sure you explore the use of agricultural cooperatives to do your marketing so that we can avoid this case of having produce and having nowhere to sell. Actually, cooperatives give you access to markets. They help you to find access to market.
Yes.
Like that's what they do.
That's
They
a
will go and
benefit.
find market for you.
Yes.
So all you need to do is produce because we had John Mwanzia during the week. And John Mwanzia was telling us he doesn't imagine a case scenario whereby a farmer is looking for inputs, a farmer is doing the ground on the work, and then the same farmer has to go and do marketing. It will be really hard for them. It is a lot for the farmer.
It's too much work for one person.
But look at a cooperative. A cooperative comes and then can actually help us access inputs. They can always help us access inputs. And one thing I think we should have mentioned about cooperatives, they help in the training of farmers. They help in the training of farmers, improving our skills.
Yeah. In a cooperative where the members are being trained, they're being equipped with skills, it helps them in the long run. It helps them, let's say they want to achieve a particular goal, they have the skill set to actually achieve that goal.
Yes, the trainers, you see, training as a group is easier than training one individual farmer.
Yeah.
So we can always look for an expert to come and train us on one single day.
Yeah.
And they teach us about soil, teach us about planting,
Yeah,
it's easier.
much
It is
easier.
easier. And those are functions of an agricultural cooperative.
Yes.
So we want to address an issue asked by Richie Olti. And we have our expert here who will be answering this question. How do we enhance these agricultural cooperatives for a sustainable agricultural produce? How do we enhance the cooperatives that we have to be functional? We'll answer this question, then we'll be going for a break. And then we'll be coming back for the last part of the show as we wrap up.
Yes. The question that you've asked me is a very good question.
How do you think we can enhance the cooperatives?
It's simple. To enhance them, we are talking about making them more effective. We've already talked about training. We've talked about funding, the funding aspect of it.
So there's training. We train the members in the cooperatives, right?
With the members having knowledge, they can go a long way.
Okay. So we train the members.
Yes.
And then we are talking about an issue about funding.
Yes.
Okay, funding. Who does the funding?
It's the members.
The members do the funding, but the government can always intervene.
They can always intervene.
They should.
They should.
The government should intervene,
It's our
especially
country.
with the funding thing. Anything else that can be done?
Maybe you tell me.
So we train the members, we do the funding, right?
Yes.
And by that, we are able to enhance our cooperatives. We're going to take a break. I hope, Richie, we've answered your question. If you have any other question that you would like to ask, please ask us on F Farmers on Facebook, F Farmers Media on YouTube. We would be glad to read your feedback, to answer your questions. Tell us where you're watching the show from. We're taking a short break. We'll be back in a few. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Farm Drive with Conrad Kibe. I have been your host Lilian Mora, and we have been talking about the marketing issues that the farmers have been facing. And today, we have discussed about using agricultural cooperatives to sort out our marketing issues. And our guest in studio, Tony Mining, has been telling us more about cooperatives. Welcome, Tony. We have been
Thank
glad
you.
to have you on the show,
Thank you so much.
and would like to have you back again.
For sure.
For sure, yes.
Yes.
And he'll be teaching us more things as we educate the farmers and inform the farmers. And that is all we had today for the agricultural cooperatives. I hope farmers are taking an initiative to join agricultural cooperatives. I hope you are making an effort to make them functional. I hope the government is trying to help the agricultural cooperatives because we've had a very big marketing challenge with farmers, and we think the cooperatives can actually come in to help us. And it will be easier for us to market our produce. And I want to wrap up the show. But before I wrap up the show, I'd like to give us COVID 19 updates. Just a reminder the president has addressed the nation, and in addressing the nation, the president has actually put more precautionary measures for us, and there is cessation of movement in and out of 5 counties. These counties are Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Kajiado, and Machakos. Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Machakos, and Kajiado. And the curfew starts at 8 p.m. and ends at 4 a.m. Let us not break the rules. Let us actually adhere to the function, to the measures that we are being given by the government. It will go a long way in helping us, helping get rid of the pandemic that we have around. We need to curb it. And it's important that we stay safe for everyone, for ourselves, for our family members. It is important. And I'd like, as at yesterday, we had 1,463 cases of COVID 19 cases, positive cases. 1,463. That is a very big number.
Very big.
Above 1,000 cases, that is a very big number. This is the third wave. I will remind you again. It is spreading at a very fast rate. And my producer is actually putting up the numbers, the statistics for us on the screen. So we had 1,463 positive cases in a sample size of 8,976. The positivity rate as at now is 16.8%. Can we please help reduce these numbers? Get these numbers to a lower level? And we can only do this by wearing our masks, using our sanitizers, keeping our social distance. And if you have no business outside, please stay at home. We don't need you outside. Stay at home. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, keep your friends safe. Anyone can catch COVID 19. It doesn't discriminate, it doesn't choose. Anyone can catch COVID 19. So, in studio, as we are approaching the weekend, make sure you're staying safe. In studio, I have been having Tony Mining.
Tony Mining.
Tony Mining, I'd like you to tell us a few words, maybe. You speak to our farmers. What would you like to encourage them? What are your last few words?
I don't have so much to say, only to say that when you have an opportunity to gain knowledge, take full advantage of that opportunity. And not only in consuming that knowledge, but actually applying that knowledge that you've actually obtained.
Tony Meaning says we should obtain information, obtain knowledge, and apply it. We have educated you today about agricultural cooperatives. Can we use that information? Can it work for us? Yes, no? Okay. It can. It can. I believe it can. So maybe we should try, see where it goes. Tell us your challenges later on. And we'll be wrapping up the show. It's been good. It's been real. We've had a good time talking to you. And we are wrapping up the show till next week on Monday. On Monday, our shows run from 8 in the morning. We'll be having Grace Modhoni for the breakfast show. Noah Kadima will be back in studio for the mid-morning show. And in the evening, God willing, Conrad Kibe will be around for the Farm Drive show. Be sure to join us. If you missed any of our shows, be sure to watch them on YouTube at A Farmers Media on YouTube. On Facebook, the shows are uploaded at A Farmers with a Z. It's a Z. It's a Z. It's a Z. Whatever you choose to call it. But make sure to watch our shows. Stay tuned for more on Monday. Keep safe. Keep safe. Stay at home. Put on your masks and keep social distance. Till next week, it is a goodbye for me.